Okay, it's us. I think. Is that you?
That's me.
Okay, it's me too. There's
All right.
nobody here.
Let me check. Yeah.
There's nobody home. Just me and you.
Yeah.
I guess they don't like me no more.
Well, they're all over at living the dream, watching the baby Nubian goats be born.
Yeah, that's far more fun than me.
But just let me go check something here. There was, go to the trash here.
Trash. Are you digging through the
Okay. Overlook was live, started an hour ago. They may still be going on. Big Dreams went live at 6 as well. Well, this is Mountain Time. North Country Off Grid at 6:05. Two Real Geeks at 6:06. Quebec Homestead started a premiere at 6:15.
Oh, I may have to give up on Wednesday nights too. Oh well, no biggie.
Let's see here.
All these other people are pushing me out.
But usually most of those only do an hour.
Yep.
And up three thumbs up.
Yeah, that one's for me.
All right. My reminder just popped up. I got a city council meeting tomorrow night.
Oh, fun. Yeah, you.
Yep.
Excuse me.
And okay, your notification just popped up.
Yeah, thanks, YouTube.
Really on time there, YouTube. Blue Healer's in here.
Hey, Blue.
Yeah. So yeah, that was what 3 minutes late that the announcement went out. Hey, Michael. Hey, Burning Michael. Hearth Homestead. Yeah, the announcement went out late. Actually, I've been thinking of playing with YouTube on that. Is when I start up my StreamYard thing an hour beforehand, and it pops up the ticker wait down time on the channel there. Mm-hmm. Go over and take the link off the channel, make a little quick video, and fire it out, saying, "All right, it's if I like have it fire out about 15 minutes beforehand." Yeah, Michael said he just got it. Hey, Patty. Yeah.
So this evening, we are talking about facts.
Not fiction.
David's old TV police show, The Facts, and nothing but the facts.
Dum 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 dum.
Exactly.
The names have been changed to protect the stupid.
And the snowflake.
Everyone else doesn't need to be protected.
Exactly. So if y'all didn't get the memo, don't feel bad. I didn't get the memo either.
Yeah. Go ahead and pop this other thing up here right now real quick and get the double check on that information as well.
And as always on mine or Gil's live stream, the C word, and I'm not talking that 4-letter nasty swear word, the C word that is floating around the world is no longer allowed on this channel. It will be referred to as the Red Dragon. And I was going to do something today, and I forgot because I got busy. I was actually going to go learn how to say it in Chinese and Japanese both, just so I could say it properly. Unfortunately, I got busy. Didn't get a chance to do it. Good evening there, Tim. Yeah, I probably should. Yeah, I'll do that. I'll go ahead and put it there just to be safe.
Yeah. Hey, Tim, hey, Texan. Hey, guys. All right. Doing a quick little scan here. Okay. Yeah. That's up live. Yeah, Lori liked my post on her thing about washing hands. She posted a nice little picture about washing hands, and at the bottom I added, just sing the ABC song twice while washing your hands. That way you get it done good enough.
Yep. Good evening, Texan.
Oh, Kevin. Friend of mine, real sharp guy. He's big in the first aid, works with the Red Cross and stuff. But he's got a sense of humor more warped than mine. He just posted on Facebook, "Shh, people haven't figured out that insect repellent will be with 100% DEET will be the next panic buying frenzy."
Folks, go buy it. Not.
And don't forget the citronella candles.
No, Cecilia, I actually lowered my ears. My hair was getting a little close to my nose, so I lowered my nose and ears and made some extra room.
Oh, I don't believe it.
Hmm.
Oakland, California is doing something smart. They the A's baseball team, all home games, they're not allowing to sell tickets for it, and they're having them broadcast it live. They were not allowing to sell tickets because of the Red Dragon.
Bah, humbug. No, in all seriousness, though, folks, it is not a joke. It's not a little thing that will pass by come spring and summer. Sorry, they've already figured out that's not going to be the case with this one.
Wow.
That's coming from the doctors in other countries.
Yeah.
Where the media there is not biased like it is here, where they have no problem telling the truth.
All right. So we only have 11 states so far that don't have confirmed.
That's changing rapidly.
Yeah.
By Friday, every state will have one. If they don't, it's because they're lying about it.
I keep on trying to get the governor to lock down the state.
Ain't gonna happen. He's trying to protect his eyeballs. He's afraid the blue light will distort his brain waves and cause massive headaches and affect his ability to functionally think.
Yeah.
That is a fact, though. That light does cause problems with your eyes and cause headaches, and which causes you to have an issue functionally thinking.
Yeah. Which is why I got the blue light lenses on.
I've been looking at computer screens for so doggone long. I'm already toast anyway.
Yeah. Get back over here. Okay.
Well, we got 11 people in here so far.
Yeah.
Yes, as of today, they did label it finally, something that's been being called by numerous people since January 24th to label it as such. Now they're actually calling it one.
Yeah. So these are special blue light lenses, Texan, that basically, they filter the blue light out that causes headaches and other things, and senility in us old folks, and brain farts and stuff like that.
I have brain farts every day.
I
get up, walk into the kitchen. Damn, what was I in here for? I forgot. No, the last I heard, we all seen the video. Will's hooked up to machines. That's the last I've heard.
Yeah.
Yes, The Who, and not the band.
Yeah.
Although I think the band would do a better job right at the moment.
Yeah. I know Leonard Skinner would.
Well, they'd at least put out a good song for it anyway.
Yeah.
Something we could all rock out to. Nope, Cecilia, glasses won't help with that. You know what does help with it? A good nap. Yeah, well,
But
you know what?
they do protect me from this, though. My flashy thingy.
Hey, Urban Prepper.
Hey,
You know what, Texan? I honestly could give a rat's rear end less what the CDC says. They've been lying to the public from the very beginning. And their ability to lie and get away with it is what is causing panic in every area, because they keep telling people it's not to worry about. It's not to worry about. Boom, there's 50 cases in your state. Everybody goes, ah.
Yeah.
Okay. That's why there's panic.
Yeah.
Because 1 minute they're being told one thing, the next minute the news says something 180 degrees different. That's what's causing panic. We prepare ourselves for emergencies. That's why we're not panicking, which is why since the beginning of January, I've tried to tell you guys nothing but the truth to make sure you guys have proper information. I've received a little bit, not much, but a little bit of pushback lately about the stuff I've been saying. Well, as of the last 24 hours, the stuff I've been saying since the middle of January is now coming out on mainstream media. So for it to take 2 months to come out of mainstream media for the same things I've been saying,
Yeah.
either A, I've been right all along, B, I made some very calculated, educated guesses, or B, mainstream media is lying to you again. So take your pick. It's one of the three.
Or it could be four. The fourth one is
wrong.
mainstream media wants to be lying to you, but they can't because the facts are too obvious.
Or they're watching my channel. Yeah, dream. Yo, lamestream media. Pay attention. Get an education. Come on down.
Hey, Wandering American.
Hey.
Yeah. Oh, shoot.
That's basically what my the school sent home with my son. Just wash your hands, but we're paying attention to it.
Yeah, they're being reactive, not proactive.
Yep.
Of course, what gets me is that everyone at the CDC and the U.S. Department of Health, below the secretary, that was saying the opposite of what they should have been saying, all belong to a certain
political climate,
political party, who I like to call demons.
Yeah.
Who were instituted by the abomination. I mean, that's when they came into their specific jobs.
I'm gonna go see if I can't find something so you keep them entertained for a moment there, Gil. I watch.
Oh, wrong type of entertainment. Sorry.
Yeah, don't scare them. I'm bad enough at that. I'm gonna go try and find something if I can get my computer to try and run the laser printer and 2 programs or 2 windows at once here.
Ooh, cool.
Well, that's asking a lot for this poor old laptop.
Yeah.
I need to rebuild my desktop somehow so I can get it done. That way I can have the laser printer.
Oh, Texan, that's cool. Take the C out of it. Yeah. Demon rats. No, the one that does the dance is Steve. Of course, our trainer. He does the allude dance. I can't do it. He does it so good. I'm alluding to. I have these skills. I'm alluding to, and he does it so well. Of course, he is from California. The NCAA announced that they will have tournament with no fans. Several churches. Yeah. until further notice. Yeah, Tim, that's right. Actually, either yesterday or today, the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, the Mormons, their big semi-annual conference is in the first Friday, Saturday, and Sunday of April, and they had that big new. It's only like 5 years old conference center that seats tens of thousands. It's going to be empty. They're telling everybody to watch it online. Which is what most of the world does anyways, because they only fit so many people in there. But hey, Rustic Traditions. Cecilia. Chris and Sharon's Homestead.
All right, give me just a second.
Okay, I think I can. I think I can answer that question, Chris and Sharon. There's something weird in the sheeple's mind that when a disaster happens, it says toilet paper, and the next thing that pops into mind is water. And so, yeah, I mean, it happens after earthquakes, hurricanes, tornadoes. First thing disappears off the shelf, toilet paper. Next thing, water.
President Trump is addressing the nation. I don't care. I'll watch it later. All right, I got a video clip of a video just to let you see something strange and scary. Let me see if I got volume turned on here and wait for my computer to catch me up.
Oh, smart helmets to catch a person's temperature.
That ain't all it's doing.
Yeah. It's doing body recognition.
Oh, it's from an unconfirmed resource, and it's unconfirmed because I can't walk over to where they live and verify what they're saying, obviously, because it's a little bit of a distance, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's capturing information and sending it out to various other places.
Yeah, Tinker's Wife. It's not just old brother, it's old big brother.
And that is coming soon to a theater near you as well. And when I say theater, I mean domestic place. Lori, you are here because I guilted you? Oh, now I feel bad. Hey, there is Mr. Will himself. Congratulations, young man. You have popped into live stream. Thank you. And I hope you're feeling better, sir.
Yeah. Doing too many live streams the last week and a half.
Yep. You need to cut her down to one until you get back up to full speed.
Hey, just keep it on Monday.
That way we can take over the world.
Oh.
Well, at least I wasn't accused of trying to do that lately. I admit it freely. I'm trying to take over the world.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know what, Big Dreams? I've actually learned that over my course of the last 36 years. There have been times in my life where I applied for a job, very well qualified for the job, actually a little bit overqualified for it, and I didn't get the job. And I was kind of disappointed, upset all at once. You know, I really needed that job to be in a better position to build a family, because I was looking to start a family. And come to find out, 6 months after they created the position that I applied for, the guy that they hired for that position, they terminated the position completely. And that guy no longer had a job at all. A guy that had worked for that company for close to 15 years. They just kicked him out the door. So by me not getting that job and staying where I was at allowed me to keep my job and continue working. Yep. He sometimes allows things to happen to us to prevent us from being in a position that would either A, harm ourselves or cause a disaster of some other sort. I firmly believe that.
Come on.
Yep. Hey, Kristen Sharon.
Yeah. Nope, that's not the one, but it'll work.
And Texan, yes, you are correct. If you go back through their history, they have done that numerous times. And you know what? Regardless of what some pastors may tell you, God also does it to the unsaved as well to try and give them the wake-up call.
Yeah.
Oh, you gave a sticker to your nurse? That is so sweet of you. See, Will, I knew you were a softy at heart. I just knew you were a big old teddy bear. But now that we've kind of got a few extra people in here, as you can see at the bottom, please call it the Red Dragon. Not that I'm worried about my channel. If it disappears, y'all know what happened. And we'll go from there. I still have Discord.
Yep.
They can't touch that. Hammer time. Oh, sorry. I keep forgetting. I can't sing. PETA will be knocking out my door with an arrest warrant. Hold on, Gil. Let me get it up there. You ready to restart it?
Yep. Unfortunately, it doesn't have the lyrics printed on it, but everyone should know the words. Take over the world. Actually, it kind of looks like a couple of people over at the Demon Rat party.
I wasn't going to say that out loud.
I didn't say. I said Demon Rat. Okay.
I still wasn't going to say it. But anywho.
31. Did that just go up again?
No. So, as of the last 24 hours, since some of you have already heard this, it does bear repeating. The last 24 hours, the mainstream media has done a 180-degree turn on their thoughts and stances with doctors on their shows about what people should actually be doing, how serious this actually is. And it's the same stuff I've been saying since middle of January. It is airborne. It can live on surfaces up to 9 days. Wearing a mask does protect others from you. And if you don't touch your face with your hands, a mask will help you as well. Unfortunately, the only mask that's really going to help you is the N95s. Okay.
Or the really expensive
respirators.
The disposable screw on and off.
Right. What is the Discord? It is a government-free. I is the government for it, man. Pretty darn lenient. It is a place to chat, video conference, chat like everybody can get into a chat room and talk via microphone.
Yeah.
I've created quite a bit of. I created a fairly nice place, at least in my opinion. I've got over 2 gigs of downloadable PDFs and video files for you to download and save on a hard drive so you have something in the future. Don't feel bad, Lori. I'm just as bad.
One in America, and also the N95, P95, R95, NPNR 99, and NPNR 100s as well.
Yep.
Just that each time you go up to the number, it gets more expensive, and every know,
letter
every
also increases its cost.
right. Shall we break the bad news to Will?
But what?
He says, I'm in a safe place.
No, you're not. Can I put the link on there, Cecilia? I will do that. Just give me a moment, because like I said, I have a laser printer running. It's burning, and I've got this running. My laptop is going, ouch, 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 ouch.
All right. Okay, time to
So I'll have to look at a different monitor while I wait for my computer to catch up.
do something here.
Well, I don't know where you got that one from, Big Dreams. I don't know. Where'd you get it? If you just copied the link off the top of a web page, that will get them close to it. But if you went and created an invite, that'll work. So did you go create an invite for it, or did you just copy paste? Because unfortunately, they have to have invites. Okay. She put a link to the page, but without this fancy little thing I'm fixing to pop in, you won't get in.
Yeah.
I got to edit the link. Incoming link. Duck.
Where's the duck?
There is a link to the Discord channel. That link is good for the next 12 hours.
No, that's my backup team, Laurie. They're all on my payroll. I wish I had a payroll.
Well as the college up in Michigan there, Wayne. Central Michigan Community College, CMU. Just canceled all classes, because that's where my pastor's at, and he managed to mention that tonight in service. Well, all you can do, Rustic, is make sure you have sanitizer and a mask sitting at the door waiting for him to walk in your house. Squirrel.
Where?
I have no idea. Chris and Sharon said it, so I had to look too. Well, a tinker's wife, depending on where you live, is in relationship to the main server for your DSL your direct service provider. You may be on a line that is heavily populated, and people are jumping on right now to check their emails and stuff, and that will slow your internet speeds drastically.
Yeah. No, I think I'll leave the Greenbrier and head into the cave next door.
You're a little bit safer down there. Other than the fact that this dragon loves cold weather.
Oh, okay. Hang on. Let me get hold of Scotty here and get him to beam me up to the helicarrier with the other agents of SHIELD.
Oh, CenturyLink. Yeah, I'm sorry. It's not high-speed internet. They just tell you that so you'll pay higher price for it. It's really not high speed. True high speed, your computer would not be able to keep up with it. It would be faster than any computer you could own. And the technology is there for it.
Wayne, I'm not sure about that. I'm not sure if it's no longer one of those things to say or not.
That's why we call it the Red Dragon.
Yeah. Thanks, Ryan. These are my blue filter lenses. They cut out the blue filtering from it so that when I go to bed tonight, I won't be all. after hours being on here.
Yes, Lori. Excuse me. Yes, Lori, that is true. It is thriving out there. Yep. And they're going to say that here pretty soon on the good old US of A.
Who put two different web things put it out today about the heat.
Peak Prosperity made mention of it today, and so did Dr. John.
It wasn't on a YouTube. It was on one of the news ones. Well, it might have been on YouTube too.
Uncle Al, I have a question. You're of the proper lineage. How would we say red dragon in Japanese?
Stupid Chinese. Hey, there is hatred between those two countries. Okay.
Trust me, I've done a fair bit of history surfing between the two nations. Okay.
Yeah.
I happen to like the feudal Japan era, but there was a lot of tension back then. So,
yeah.
Thanks, Al. All right, I'm gonna Google it.
Google.
Google is your friend. Of course, now once that I Google it, YouTube will be aware of what I'm doing.
Down the stairs. Ooh, Will wants to come up. Dave.
Oh, shoot. It's cold down here.
Says shoot me the link.
All right, I'll throw a link out in the general chappy tat. Here it comes. Boom. 3 seconds. Excuse me.
Oh, yeah.
All right, now, folks, be nice to him.
Be nice. They're giving me a breathing treatment. They got my face covered up. Probably a good thing. You guys can hear me?
Yeah, yes. We can hear you.
Might be muffled because of this thing here.
All right, I found it. So everybody turn it up. Everybody else be quiet up here. Everybody turn your volumes up so you can hear this. Ready? 3, 2, 1.
I'm being safe.
But there. You ain't no safe place. You're just as vulnerable there as we are.
As vulnerable? I thought worse.
Yeah, but at least you have some face protection on. Out here, we don't.
They don't even wear masks here.
I've got my mask, but I'm not taking them out of the nice, pretty baggies that Nurse Amy put them into.
They won't touch anybody unless they got a glove on. No.
But I did go to my Walmart today, folks. And
watch out. Guilford's going to put his full mask on.
Yeah, but see, we can't hear him now.
You can't let me outdo him.
Heaven's Essentials. Good evening, Miss Julie. But when I went to my Walmart today, I had every intention of videotaping everything. But my Walmart has recently been hit hard due to the fears, which, you know, if people had been listening to the truth from the beginning, they wouldn't be scared because of, if the facts scare you, the problem isn't with the facts. So, with that being said, I was going to videotape, and due to the number of employees working, out of respect for them and not wanting to put them on camera out here on the YouTube, I did not videotape. TP was almost non-existent. There was maybe a pallet's worth left out of all the area that there normally is. No hand sanitizer at all in the store.
Oh yeah, they're gonna put limits on everything.
Yep. I honestly believe Tibor went in there with his pickup and filled up his pickup with the TP. So I blame Tibor. It was all Tibor's fault. He's not here to defend himself, so we can get away with that.
Yeah, he brought that up yesterday, didn't he?
Yep.
It's all his fault.
Yep. Oh, there's Tibor.
We should ever bring that chat up so I can see it.
Okay, my laser's done. If y'all looked at my Facebook or on Discord, you've seen the box I put my little laser thingy into. So I can protect my eyeballs, keep my cat out of it when it's
Okay,
working.
don't
protect its
forget.
paws.
Vodka Texan.
That's a 5x7 piece of wood for people to get an idea. But I may actually put that up as a giveaway item someday. It turned out pretty nice. Of course, I got to sand it down and put on it.
Yeah.
Now, hold on a second. I got to turn everything off.
Yeah. Yeah, my wife was my daughter told me she was at a store and they said that some of the supplies they don't plan to get back in until the end of the month.
Yep.
That's how bad the supply chains are right now. Everything's just been, cleaned out. I have moved rooms and cats have to follow. Someone answers. I moved rooms.
Welcome back.
Don't play with the buttons when you're live.
Nope.
What do we got over here? That hasn't changed.
That Dr. Fauci or whatever his name is, he's going to be pretty famous when this is all over.
Yeah. Well, okay. I got a question for you, Dave.
Shoot.
I'm not sure if you even know close on this one here, but I'm looking at Washington State, and their boot hill rate is 29. That all can't be in the care center, can it?
The what rate again? Hold on.
Yeah, boot hill.
Oh yeah, ground zero.
Yeah, there's 29 that are now planted in Boot Hill.
Oh, I get you. Yeah, actually, it could be because remember the condition of the people that were in that place.
Yeah, I know it's hitting two different places, both owned by the same company.
Correct.
And was it Living the Dream or North Country Off Grid? The missus there works at another center owned by the same company over there in Eastern Washington.
Mm-hmm.
So,
well, Snohomish County is the biggest county in the state.
yeah.
So that would probably be where the biggest outbreak is.
Yeah.
Because it's
Well, see, they're no longer listing.
It's spread all out, so
They're not listing it by counties anymore. They're just listing the states only.
yeah, that's why I'm saying that. I'm just thinking because I am from there that I know about what the size of the counties are.
Yeah, because it's actually the biggest thing is in King County.
King County has the densest,
Yeah,
population.
but I know there were some over down in that other county. Well, how do you pronounce it? Washahoe. But anyway, yeah, but they're at 366, which is weird because and New York's down to 220, but New York was above them a couple days ago. I think a certain political party is wanting to hide the numbers for their favorite ultra red state of New York.
That would never happen.
Ew.
The eastern part of Washington is so barren.
Yeah.
They would hardly know if there was even an outbreak out there.
Yeah, but you do have Spokane, Spokane over there,
Yes, Spokane.
and that's where one of those. There is a facility there in Spokane owned by the same company, and that the lady that's from one of the homesteads that actually works in that facility says the administrators, they travel around to all the facilities, and she's worried that one of the administrators is passing it around.
Well, actually, Sue Nelson, we all know her. She works in the food industry
Mm-hmm.
where they pack it up out of the trees and haul it off in every direction.
Yeah.
They're probably packing it around too because it's drivers.
Yeah. Well, I go back to the Roy Lab. Okay. Yeah, what's weird is so okay, that's weird. Roy Lab just changed the number down from 1331 to 1313. I think somebody fat fingered it.
Somebody getting paid.
No, someone probably fat fingered when they're putting the 1313 and put in 1331 by mistake. So looking at that, so in it's 4 hours less or 3 hours. So in about 20 in the last 20 hours, it's gone up 240 in the US.
And it's going to get worse, folks. It's not going to get any better. The recent report on mainstream media is that it's going to affect approximately 60% of possibly affect 60% of the world population of over 7.6 billion people. Okay.
I think Wayne lived up around the Marysville area, didn't you, Wayne?
Right, 60%. And there may be areas where there's nobody traveling to that it's not going to get to. But that 60% affecting, does that mean actually contracting it? Or is that just affected by family members or what do you think?
Could be just be carriers. Maybe they're not sick, they're just carrying it.
It will, that number is the number of people that will actually be carrying
the disease
portion or some form of it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now, I'm not saying that to scare y'all. It's just a fact. Okay, Gil, I'm going to throw something up here to share that's just doesn't really pertain to this whole thing. We're going to show it anyway, because that way you can approve it and then scream, yes. What do you think? Can you see it?
Yeah, that looks cool. I think it's going to be pretty good. Yeah, I think they'll like it. Yeah, I think they'll like it.
Okay. All right, I'll stop sharing that.
For anybody that's wondering,
yeah,
it's just anybody that's wondering, we're getting the what's called the first what's going to be the first annual. It's going to be the Southern Idaho and neighbors meet and greet. It's for homesteaders, preppers, and YouTube creators in Southern Idaho, Northern Utah, Northern Nevada, Eastern Oregon, Western Wyoming, and southwestern Montana. So that's what we're that maybe the emblem. We're just coming up some ideas and stuff, and I'm gonna be getting over there with Butch at Sand Hollow Homestead.
Is that gonna be like an embroidered patch?
No, it's gonna be a laser burned.
Oh,
I don't do embroidery. These fingers don't stitch very well anymore. And Tibor, it's only the tip of the iceberg, buddy. Give it another. Oh, I forgot to plug that.
Yeah.
There. I'll get rid.
Yeah, thanks, Kathy.
There was a Kathy. There's a Kathy in here.
There's a Kathy in here, and she's doing her mod thing. Oh, yeah, you're right, Wayne. First week of April, spring break. Give it 2 weeks after that and see what happens.
2 more months from today's date before the U.S. starts seeing it go kind of marginally down. That's my prediction. And I'm not the only one thinking that. I run that prediction is also shared with many people who have letters, multiple letters at the back of their name that I don't carry. But I live in a different type of mindset than the average person. I thrive on information. The more information I have, the more active I get.
For the old man, they tested me for it, old man, when I got here.
And they'll probably test you.
Sure I don't got it.
Yeah.
Because you are in a petri dish of sorts.
They stuck a swab so far up my nose.
Did it tickle your hippocampus?
Yeah.
Tim says Sacred Heart Hospital in Spokane has a quarantine ward where they have some patients up there. Let's catch back up here on the chat here. Back and reviewed some stuff there.
You know, with the pushback I've received lately, and it's been gentle pushback. They just don't want to believe that I might. I don't know why they don't want to believe me. Honestly, don't. When I provide facts and can provide links with facts, I've been told by people, well, you can find anything you want on the internet if you search hard enough. Well, that'd be true, but when different people from different countries are saying the same thing that don't normally communicate with each other in the first place.
Well, those other countries are communicating with each other, with everybody but us.
The people I've been talking to don't talk to other people.
Yeah.
Because they will lose their jobs if people find out they're spreading information.
Yeah.
They will lose their jobs because they're being told, don't tell people. So I'm not going to say this person here, this so-and-so medical professional from this country, who I may or may not have known in the military or other various places I've been in my life. I can't out them. It's just not fair to them. I'm not going to, cause them harm. But if you go listen to Dr. Campbell, Dr. John, or Chris Matheson at Peak Prosperity, who both have reliable witnesses and informants as well. Hey, Grandma. It's not hard to get the proper information. When you couple that with places like South China Morning Post, which is Hong Kong, not sympathetic to the CCP. When you watch channels from like DW, which is a German-based channel, not sympathetic to any left or right-wing agenda. They are neutral. And you can tell they're neutral by the amount of information and the quality of information they share.
That's my nurse, you guys, if you can see him.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Hey, nice.
All right. So pull this other one up here for a second.
Well, apparently Virginia got locked down too. I seen a.
Yeah, did you go in his live earlier?
Yeah.
he was talking about it. Yeah, I think I saw you in there.
Yeah, but I was in and out trying to get things done here in the house and tore myself up pretty bad doing it. So
Yeah.
I got muscles aching in places I forgot I had muscles.
Yeah. Oh, my special order from Amazon came today.
Ooh, what'd you get me? Borax. Yeah,
Boraxo.
can't get it.
This stuff here, it cleans your hand. When you wash with it, anything on your hands gets scrubbed off. Even no matter how small it is, it removes everything.
And you know, there are people that saying that soap doesn't work. That the only thing that works is going to be hand sanitizer. Well, you know what? Soap does work. Soap breaks down the skin of a virus,
Yeah.
allowing the inside of the virus to creep out and visit the soap, which it tastes and says and dies.
So if you use too much sanitizer, it'll.
Actually, too much sanitizer is actually bad for you.
Yep.
Wash your hands with soap and water. Use hand sanitizer only if you cannot get the soap and water, and then go use soap and water the second you can.
Yeah.
Because hand sanitizer is a band-aid, not a fix at all.
There you go, Patty. Good old fashioned Boraxo 20 Mule Team powdered hand soap. As it says, it kicks the grime off your hands and anything else attached to the grime.
Yes, Wayne G. That is Christchurch in Washington, D.C., District of Columbia.
All right, guys, I gotta get out of here. I gotta do dirt stuff.
All right. See you later, Will. Take care.
Bye.
All right, I just wanted to say hi to everybody and have a good time.
All righty.
Thanks for
Appreciate
being
it.
around.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So, Janice, a couple of questions are popping up there. Yeah. So Will had his, what is that? OCP?
COPD.
COPD. Yeah. It kicked up big time on him.
It walked up, said, "Hey, Will, remember me?" He turned around and says, "Yep." And they kicked him right square in the nose and knocked him down.
Uh-huh.
So he went to go get better.
Yeah.
We pray for speedy recovery.
Yeah.
Well, hand sanitizer cannot build a virus. It can't. It does the same thing soap does, but viruses can mutate.
Yeah.
And if too much hand sanitizer is used, eventually
Oh.
it will build up an immunity to it. And then one of the very few things we have to kill it won't kill it. So use soap and water first.
Okay. I'm just reading.
If you need soap, go get a hold of Heaven's Essentials. She sells soap by the seaside.
Yeah. As well, following Wayne's little information stream here about that priest.
Mm-hmm.
This morning, 3 of the people that the priest gave biscuit to have tested positive already.
Mm-hmm. Yep. But folks, it's not that contagious.
Bullshit.
Yeah, bulls poop in the woods. Mm-hmm.
I said sheet.
Oh, I know. Just saying, bulls poop in the woods. Mainstream media poops on your TV. So
No.
which one are you going to smell first? Personally, in this situation, I'm going to head out to the woods because at least I know what the bull did and I know where it's at because I could smell it.
And you can use that for fertilizer.
Exactly. The stuff they be spreading.
No.
Yeah, I can't.
And actually, Dave, I think you had they poop on your living room floor via your TV.
Which is worse because it stains my carpets. I
Yeah.
haven't got carpets. I can't have carpets. I wish I had carpets. Did I see a CR in there? Yes, I did.
Okay, hang on.
Say hello, CR. Sorry, buddy.
Yeah. Sierra's been here for a little bit.
Jerry. And hey, Jerry, this is my VR to you right here. Everybody, go check out Jerry's Wood Shop and Outdoors. He's got a knife giveaway going. It is a sweet little neck knife. So, Jerry, this is my VR. You said you're going to stop in. This is why I'm saying it right now. Here's my VR to you. It's in the live stream. Y'all go check out Jerry's Wood Shop and Outdoors. He's got a knife giveaway going. It's in a week and a half that he's going to do the drawing, not this Sunday, but the following Sunday. So go check it out, get your name on the list, do what he asks, and see if you can't win a nice homemade neck knife.
Julie, I did not hear that.
What did I miss? I seen her say something, but
She says, let me slow it down so I can read it if he's about ready to go off here. She was watching TV and they said that Tom Hanks and his wife are in Australia. Now they have the dragon. Has anybody else heard that?
looking now. Tom Hanks says he has the red dragon. New York Times, 41 minutes ago. Tom and Rita test positive, 53 minutes ago. Deadline.
Yeah.
Variety, 3 minutes ago. So I would hazard to say, yep, they visited the dragon.
If it's in Variety, they kind of filter out the crap the stars spread around.
Yeah, sometimes. Sometimes they're just as bad at spreading it. But now they're still going to say,
Everclear.
I wish.
No, it's water. It's Everclear. Everclear water.
I don't drink.
Neither do I.
Although there are some days I think back to my younger days and going, right now I could probably put a 12-pack away by myself, but I don't. It's not good for my health. It's not good for my sanity, and it's not good for y'all.
CR's comment.
Y'all chatting pretty quick tonight.
CR was checking his. Apparently, he has TP from 2015.
Well, I've got some rolls that are so doggone thin and tiny. I think they came from 1912. I kid you not, they're about that big around, and if you go, you ruin the whole roll.
All right, Kathy just put up the Tom Hanks article
from New York Times. The New York Times. If you want to melt your brain on useless information that's almost always false, read the New York Times.
New York Times makes you go. Yep.
So, folks, the facts are, it's bad, but you're preppers. You're prepared. You're not scared. Again, if the facts scare you, it's not the facts that are the problem. Okay? This is what we trained for. This is why we constantly run the exercises in our heads. So when we see something like this, we see the signs that are coming. Okay, this is going to get bad. We know it is. It's exploding in every other country. The U.S. is one of the last ones to get hit. Look at Italy. Italy, prime example of acting a day late and a dollar short. Okay. They started off good. Then they kind of relaxed the bar a little bit. And then, boom, 60 million people under lockdown. The flu does not lock down entire countries. It doesn't put entire supply chains into the red. It doesn't stop production. It may hinder it a little bit. If 1,500 truck drivers wind up with the flu because they all stopped at the same doggone truck stop, then that'll put a damper on your supply chain. But guess what? Stuff's still going to move. If this gets as bad as it did in China, as it's doing in Italy, as it's doing in Iran, our supply chains are going to get hit, and they're going to get hit hard. That's why we prepare. Everybody here should have bare minimum. All right, Uncle Al, thanks for coming by.
Here it is.
Sorry. Rabbit. Not a squirrel, just a rabbit. If it gets as bad here as it did there, and every indication is that it's going to, because our numbers are going up exponentially, our supply chains are going to slow down to an almost crawl, if not a complete stop. If certain areas of this country go on quarantine, as they did in New York, City of Rochelle, the National Guard called out to enforce quarantine, which we don't have enough National Guard and military to put the entire U.S. under quarantine. That can't happen. People are going to go out and break it. Hey, prepping to endure. Yes. Good grief.
God.
Yeah.
There we go. All right. So
I turn off live chat on those because so much is spewed. I've
Yeah.
seen prettier looking spew on The Exorcist. Okay, that's what that looks like.
At least the Exorcist used a good soup, split
It
pea
was
and ham.
edible. The stuff they're spewing on some of them chats in those live stream chats is
Mhm.
not. It's
Yeah.
worse than edible. I wouldn't feed it to my worst enemy.
Yeah.
Anywho,
Oh, okay. You were talking about Italy. I
mhm.
just crunched the numbers, the current numbers right now from Roy Lab. All right. On 4 days ago, 4 days, the boot hill rate was 28.3%. Right now it's 44.2%.
Okay, and those
It's
are
getting
real
worse. Yeah, those are real numbers from over there.
because Italy ain't got nothing to hide.
Yeah.
They have no political agenda over there right now.
Yeah, their political agenda is to please the Pope, who says, "Be honest."
No, no, no.
They try. Some of them try, but yeah, they're not. They're not.
But okay, just look at the facts here, though, folks. The fact is, northern portion of Italy was closed down. Police blockaded roads. Tourism industry, Milan, or whatever it was pronounced. I think it's Milan. Was closed down, affecting 60% of the country's GDP. 4 days later, complete country shut down. It exploded that fast, that exponentially.
Okay.
2 weeks ago, here in the US, we were saying, oh, we got just a couple little cases in Washington. It'll be okay.
Yeah.
Ain't got nothing to worry about.
Hey, Lori,
Mhm.
that death rate of 7.8% is so wrong. They're to get that number. They're taking the total cases and doing the number of deaths against the total cases, which you can't do.
You can
You
only
have
do it
to.
if it's resolved.
You can only use the resolved cases, which is those that are recovered, and the death rate combined, and then you divide that number into the death rate. That gives you your actual into the number of deaths. That gives you the death rate. Try and divide the number of deaths into total cases. You can't work because those people are a lot of people are going to die. So that just skews the whole thing. 8.7% is what the news they were using, which they've been told numerous times is the wrong formula.
Yeah,
And
then
they're
there's
still using it because it lowers the numbers way down.
and the funniest thing is on CBSN, which is as far left as you can get. Today, had a doctor, and I was looking for that video, and it's gone. So I don't know if maybe I watched it on the wrong device for some reason, which is why it didn't show up in my history. But South China Post has got its live stream back up. Their doctor on there said it will more than likely affect 60% of the US or the world population of 7.8 billion people. Of that 7.8 billion people, 60% will get some form of the disease. 5% of that will pass away. So if somebody's really fast at math, because my brain hurts already, take 7.8 billion, find 60% of that, then use that number and 5% of that.
Okay.
While you do that, I'm going to go get my coffee.
What's those numbers again, real quick?
7.8 billion.
7.8 billion. Okay.
Now find 60% of that.
60% and then 5% of that. Okay. All right.
I'll be right back.
So let me crank this out here and see if I can figure this out here. So grab my and do it this way here. Come on. Work computer. There we go. All right. So I got 7. Okay. And the answer is 234,000 people. That's what they're looking at, the death rate of being on the numbers that he just gave us. That puts it at 20 times. I got 20 times the U.S. death rate from H1N1. Let me look up the other rate here. Right here, okay. H1N1 world. That number is okay. So that's equivalent to about 50% of what swine flu killed in 2009. And that, looking at the map here from that, hit just about every country in the world as well. So, yeah, open this up, open a new link so I can get this up for him so he can share this when he gets back. What do we got here? Yeah, Texan, but that took 3 years to do that. And a lot of that was because everybody was so in such close proximity because of the WW1.
Oh, you love me now.
Okay. Yeah.
All right, what'd you come up for the number?
Okay, the number I came up with off of that is 234,000, which is actually I'm looking at the World Health Organization numbers for swine flu.
Mhm.
That's about actually those numbers are lower, so that's about that number's wrong. Where's this other one here on me? Back over here. So that says the number was where was it again? I just lost that. There. Okay. CDC estimates that, yes, their estimates way off here. 150,000 to 575,000 worldwide. The WHO said it was, where was it here?
Okay.
That 800. That number's close to what the WHO said it was 284,000 for swine flu. Total deaths worldwide.
Okay. Okay, and that was a 2-year progression for that.
And this is
We're
about
only into month number 2.
Yeah, and this 234,000 projection is 50,000 less.
Okay, and that 5% is variable.
Yeah.
15% of that original 60% will wind up in the hospital, requiring oxygen and various other things.
Okay. Tim, it's 60% of the 7.8 and then 5% of that number.
Right.
And 60% will be affected by it, and 5% of that 60% that are affected is the 234,000. Yeah.
Okay, now back to where I was going with it.
Yeah.
That doctor also admitted that with that 5% being dead, not to be so callous, but dead. Okay, let's be honest. Let's not sugarcoat nothing. I don't sugarcoat nothing because it doesn't do you any service. It does you a disservice if I try sugarcoating it. This disease also causes liver, kidney, and heart issues. No other flu does that. Okay, it's been put out by Chinese doctors, German doctors, Italian doctors, South Korean doctors, and Singaporean doctors. 5 different countries, not our own, telling the people in those countries these are the things that happen to those 15% who wind up in severe care. 80% of those affected will have little to no symptoms at all. Probably malaise, which is muscle weakness, probably a dry cough, maybe a slight fever, but generally mild symptoms. And they will be asymptomatic most of the time, spreading disease as if they have no care in the world. And yes, I'm being a little sarcastic about it because nobody wants to listen. So, whatever.
All right. Kathy, I just reran the numbers. No, it's not 2.3 million. Because I'll run the numbers for you again. 7.8 billion times 0.6 equals 4,680,000 times 0.05 equals 234,000. Yeah. I know it drops. It drops dramatically from off that 60%, taking only 5% of that 60%. Drops it dramatically there. Oh man, still, that is a ridiculous number, huh?
Your decimal point's in the wrong spot.
What do you mean?
The actual number, and math is my strong point. 5% of the 60% of 7.8 billion is 234 million.
Okay, let's go on. Let me check it again here. Oh, okay. Wait.
Yeah, I just did the math.
Let me run it again. All right, so 7.8 billion, which is 7,800,000.
800 million.
800 million, yeah, 800 million. I got it up here. So put it over here so you can see it if you want to put it up there. Times 0.6, 60% equals 4,680,000,000. No, 4,000,000.
No, that should be 4 billion.
Okay. 4 billion. Yeah, 4,680,000.
680 million.
80 million. But the numbers are okay. So times 0.05 equals.
And remember to add your extra 3 zeros.
Why do you need to add more zeros?
Because you didn't have your 3 zeros in the last number.
All right, let's go back again. 7.
Trust me, I just did the math. I was doing.
All right, is that right? 7.8 million right there.
Only 7.8 million. You need 3 more zeros.
Oh, okay. All right, you're right. Okay.
That's okay. We love you anyway.
Okay, yeah. So then times 6 times 0.05. Okay, yeah. All right. I stand corrected. Where's my wet noodle to flog myself with?
I took it away from you so you didn't hurt yourself.
But all right. I stand corrected.
Hey.
Wait a minute. Let me get my foot out of my mouth.
All right, but see, that's the difference between our stream and everybody else's. We ain't afraid to admit when we're wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Right there, we just showed you, Lori.
Yeah.
234 million. If it hits those numbers, and this is a big if, and there are many factors involved.
All right, North Star, here we go. Ready? Oh, who am I? What's going on? Where are we?
We're in Kansas, Toto.
Ooh.
Well, there's not 8 billion people. There's 7.8 billion, is according to the last census numbers that I gathered that I trust.
Yeah.
So that's why we use 7.8 billion. No, I don't. We don't beat people.
Who says beat people?
It's okay, Lori. Don't beat yourself up for it. It's sometimes when you start talking numbers that big, it can be overwhelming because now you're understanding that the total number of deaths equal almost the entire population of the United States.
Yeah.
If you were to take that number for the population of the United States, which is what, 360 million, take away 234 million. I mean, that's not saying that's how many people in the US are going to die. Don't take it that way. I'm just trying to illustrate a point.
Yeah. It's just a comparison. This is just a comparison.
Right. Okay. That doesn't leave many people left in the US as far as size. Okay. That's a lot of people. And that's only if 5% pass away.
Yeah.
What if, like in Italy, certain regions which have a higher population of elderly? Let's look at the worst one here in the US, Florida. Florida and Arizona are two states that have the highest population of people up in age that are retired, that do have health issues ranging from diabetes to heart issues to COPD to being overweight. Okay. I mean, stress is another thing that can compromise your immune system. And God willing, I won't forget to put up the pastor's sermon from tonight. Go ahead, Gil.
Okay, I did it on that 0.8 that someone was claiming it was, that the person that Lori said the person in Italy was texting out that it's an 8%.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we did do it as an 8% instead of a 5%. That's 374,400,000.
That's the entire, well, that would be the US.
Yep.
Okay, so the US would be vacant if everybody in the US died.
If everyone that died was in the US.
Yes. US would be vacant.
Yeah. Now, I'm going to really scare the crap out of everybody. This is not to scare you guys really, but it is just to inform you of possible number scenarios.
Well, he figures up numbers real quick. I'm going to bring up why I want to do this tonight. I really wasn't going to say anything else about it because I've been getting gentle, and it is gentle pushback. I've been having people tell me I don't know what I'm talking about, that the flu is worse than this. And then, they go do a little bit of research and they see, well, maybe it's a little bit worse, but still nothing to worry about. Like Lori said a minute ago, this doesn't care who you are, where you are, what you are. It's an equal opportunity virus. It loves everybody, even though we dislike it. Okay. And I constantly see people that I kind of like on Facebook saying, oh, here's a meme from the doctor's office. SARS, MERS, flu, swine flu, all this other stuff. This is nothing to worry about. Just wash your hands. You're going to be just fine. No. Take precautions. I don't want to see any of you guys wind up in the hospital taking pictures saying, I've got it. I don't want to see that.
Yeah.
That'll break my heart. Literally.
Okay.
It'll cause me to cry. You all don't want to see a grown man up here crying, do you?
No.
So please take your precautions. We're all preppers. Please.
One of the estimates I saw for China is supposed to be accurate is a 21%. And I did that on this number. It comes up with 982,800,000 on a 21%, which is what they said, what several different sites, doctors are saying is the true number for China, their true percentage rate.
Well, there's no guarantee that they're not, Michael. Okay. It is a government-controlled media. It's a government-controlled system completely. Everything over there is controlled by the government. If you miss a little video clip, they now have cameras that have visors that detect people's heat. That's not all they do. Okay. It's also used for facial recognition. That way, if they see somebody, it also scans their face and they know exactly who it was that registered a high temperature just in case they try to get away. They know exactly who it is and boom, they're in jail and quarantined in jail.
Yeah.
They don't play games over there. It's not pretty. I mean, the country is pretty. It's got some beautiful geography and architecture and some awesome history. But yeah, don't go over there and say, I'm a Christian, because you'll be in jail. No, personally, I'll say it anyway. I don't care what they do. I'm not going to hide my beliefs for nobody. But you see what I'm saying?
What's going on here?
No, Lori, I hope you don't. I don't want to see anybody with it. They are moving a little bit, Michael, but it's very
Yeah.
small numbers. But according to 2 different doctors and a pathologist and an epidemiologist, and I can't think of the proper name for the people that study viruses in and of themselves. And there goes my doggone cat again playing with cords. I'm gonna shoot me a cat. Anywho, they say this will have a second resurgence.
Okay.
I don't think they stopped at cold yet, ZPD, but they do have a handle on it, and it took draconian measures to get it done.
And the thing is, so in that quote, stopping at cold, what they did in their lockdown, they're still not able to test everybody, and there are still people locked in quarantine at home who are passing away.
Millions of people under quarantine are not being tested. Thousands are dying in their homes. Those numbers are not being attributed to the virus. Now,
They're being called other causes, accidental deaths, stuff like
I
that.
will admit, because in Italy, they put out a memo to some of the staff that ERs are no longer treating some major complications. ERs are strictly dealing with the dragon. That's it. If you have a major heart issue or other issue that causes major medical complications, you will be transferred to a different area. Well, guess what? You're probably going to die. But those numbers, seeing as how they're not related to the dragon, are not counted, which is a good thing.
But the thing in China, you got to realize is that everybody that's quarantined at home and even out in the country and stuff, someone passes away, unless they were tested positive to begin with,
They don't get counted.
they're not counted at all. So those numbers that are being reported from China are way low.
Mm-hmm. And Kathy, I am sorry to hear that.
One of our
There, it's up on screen.
Yeah, I'm not reading it yet. 3 cases have gone.
And no, Lori, it's not. But again, folks, this thing isn't a joke. It's not the flu. They're right. It's not. It's worse.
Yeah.
Just look at the numbers. And when they keep trying to compare it to the current flu season, it's an apple and oranges type of comparison. Yeah, they're both of the same virus family. But one we have treatment for, the other one we don't. The one currently does affect more population per capita, per state, than the new one does at the moment.
Yeah.
That's because this one hasn't lived out its full life yet. We're using numbers that we're used to basing it off of. We say, well, in 2018 and 2019, it affected this many people and only this many people passed away, which is tragic. I'm not trying to take anything away from that. What I am saying is what we're dealing with now is new, hence the word novel.
Yeah.
And I don't mean the book.
Yeah. The other thing to consider too is that the flu season began when?
December.
They counted ours in December, not the beginning of November.
Most of the time, yeah.
Okay. I thought they were, All right, all right, but when you think about it though, with this early winter we had starting early, hey, we had snow here in September.
Mhm.
All right, so I have a feeling this flu season actually began, the 1st of November, maybe even into October. People getting the flu, but they didn't start the official season until December 1st. So that's all right. I figured 4 weeks early jump off on the flu here in the United States, or even if it's just 2 weeks. When did the dragon hit the United States?
2.5 weeks ago, roughly.
Okay,
The first outside of military base.
yeah. So you have
I'm not counting
Yeah.
those who were brought in from another country back to the U.S.
well, that's how it got here though. But if you start, all right, even if you start December, so you got December, January, half of February. So that's 2.5 months that the regular flu has had a jump on get going across the United States, and it didn't just start in one spot. It kind of develops in multiple spots at the same time.
Well, and then the worst part is though, they're saying in 2018 and 2019, this is what happened. Okay, that's a year's worth of data on both of those.
Yeah,
Okay, if we had a year's worth of data on this one, they would probably be saying, "Holy cow, this is a bad thing."
yeah,
Which is what the doctors on mainstream media are now telling people.
yeah.
And of all places for me to catch it on CBSN, I think that's
Yeah.
the call letters for it. It's a CBS News thing.
Yeah. Yeah, Julie. I mean, yeah, it was, this winter started early, and there were people coming down with colds here. I'm not sure everybody had the regular flu here, but yeah, somebody is close.
I don't dare get a flu shot. I get a flu
All
shot.
right, Wayne. So, well, see, they didn't even recognize they had cases in China until November 30th.
December 1st, November 30th, depending on what part of the world you live in.
Yeah. So I seriously doubt it was here back in November, December.
Hey, Lori, yes, Dr. Oz is a TV doctor. He does have actual credentials in his name. And in the past, he's actually put out some really true, honest, good information. And
Yeah.
we showed them the other day how to wash your hands is the way you should wash your hands, like a surgeon. When you do your thumbs, make it look like you're milking a doggone cow. Same with your fingers. Scrub the daylights out of them. Make sure you got a brush to get underneath your fingernails. And don't stop here. Go all the way up the wrist about 3 or 4 inches.
Night, Texan. Take care.
Good night, buddy.
Who knew by November, Wayne? You said they knew by November. Who?
Well, if it was a deliberate release, then other people will know about it. We'll say it that way. I
Yeah.
honestly don't believe it was a deliberate release. I believe it was an accidental release by somebody selling an animal.
Yeah.
And I've already told you the picture that was originally shown, which is no longer found anywhere on the internet. And I'm kicking myself in the butt for not recording it.
You think it might be stuck in the Wayback Machine?
No, it's not. I've looked.
Dang. All right, Tibor.
I missed it. What was it?
He said, I'm putting it out now. Dr. Oz, you have a whooping coming.
Well, trust me, if Dr. Oz is watching my channel, I humbly invite him up here on the panel to give us a rundown on his views of it. I will take any medical professional who wants to come up here on the stream or get with me and meet with me and come up on the live stream, because we've already had Doc Bones and Nurse Amy up here twice, and I haven't bugged him again.
All right, Wayne, they always ask questions like that.
Mhm.
They always have that, 30, 40 thing of questions they ask people that come back from overseas sick. That's
Well,
standard.
That's military protocol.
Yeah.
Yeah, I finally realized it was a military thing.
Yeah.
But if any medical professional happens to catch my stream and wants to come up on a live stream and give true medical, honest, professional opinions and facts, I will let them up here in a heartbeat.
They're always told to specifically ask, there's a list of like 30, 40 questions they ask. I mean, they dig into people coming in sick from overseas, specifically because of tuberculosis and some of the other diseases as well, measles and stuff like that.
And MERS is still an issue. It still pops up every year, just in a much lower quantities. The same with SARS, the same with H1N1, the same with Ebola, the same with Zika. We just don't hear about it anywhere near as much anymore because it's not touching our shores. But anybody, even if they come out of the Congo, our military members are asked if they're ill, a specific set of questions. Where'd you go? Who'd you talk to? What'd you eat? What'd you drink? What were you around? Did you get bit by a bug? Did you get by mosquitoes? All kinds of stuff.
And depending on what country you were in, they have a set of questions for that country as well.
Mm-hmm. Of course, I got out a long time ago, so I know the questions have changed drastically.
Yeah.
But the point of the matter is, our military does a pretty decent job of taking care of our soldiers, as long as they're not handcuffed by our government.
Yeah.
Hey, there is
Howie
in the house. Mr. Food Forest. Howie, what's up? So, for those who need soap and you can't find it at your store, while she still has a supply left, get a hold of Miss Evans Essentials. Because I still smell like a bouquet of flowers.
I wouldn't admit that.
Hey, I'll tell you right now, my skin hasn't felt this great since I don't remember when.
Yeah.
And I can still smell it 9 hours later.
Yeah. Gunslinger made a mention back there. I wanted to mention it, but I didn't want to interrupt on it. He mentioned that the up and down weather we're getting in South Wisconsin has everyone sick. Mm-hmm. But they're shutting down a college in Madison due to a teacher having the dragon.
Hey, Wayne, I just got an email from my kid's school earlier today as well. I think it was today. Was it today? I have to check and see when I posted. It may have been yesterday. March 10th. Yeah, it was yesterday. My school his school sent me an email that basically boiled down to says, if your kids don't breathe, we'll be okay. I'm serious.
Wait a minute. You remember that movie with John Travolta, The Boy in the Plastic Bubble? Does that mean everyone's supposed to put their kids in a plastic bubble and send them to school in a plastic bubble?
Yep.
Could you imagine the kids in the hallway? Bump, 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 bump.
Which one, Heavens? It's the one you put out for my son. I didn't want to break out an extra bar. I let him try it, so I decided to use it too. Hey, I'm not going to have 50 bars of soap laying around the house at one time. One bar at a time. Yes, Lacey, you can say that. Just don't say it too loud. I don't want to lose my man card.
All right, Tim says they hear that the wet weather is causing plant fungus already affecting plants. and crops.
I'd actually have to go look, see what the name of it was again, Julie. Thank you, Lisa.
This is closed Friday. Tibor, yeah. I've heard that, a lot of the colleges are doing that, and there some of them are doing testing this week and next week to see if it'll work for them to keep up on their school classes from home.
Yes, Julie, that was the one. It's not unscented. It's got a scent to it. At least to me, it does. My son liked it too, and my cat tried to eat it, so it's got a scent. Of course, my cat tried to eat each different bar of soap, so maybe I just have a strange cat. It eats chips, it eats onions, it eats cucumbers. I have a very strange cat.
And Tibor saying this for 1 through 12. Yeah, there's other school districts are taking it down the line. Some of them they're really big. I know, like in Santa Clara County in California, Silicon Valley, they're big on that stuff. So they're probably with the numbers going up there, they're probably going to do the same thing there. And of course, they probably already have that stuff installed there.
Well, University of Dayton. Now, if y'all would have took me up on checking out Omega Survival Supply and getting hooked up on his email, you would have caught it from him that, no, not the disease, silly. You would have caught it that University of Dayton is shut down as well, which is literally just up the road from me. And where my pastor lives, Central Michigan University, is closed down. They're all doing online stuff, if it works. And after spring break, they may just cancel, depending on how things progress. Okay, the flu doesn't shut places down like this. This is. Goat's milk soaps are pretty decent too, because I had a company that I dealt with a couple years ago, back when I had Wolfston No BS Reviews. I got a bar of soap from them, and it was pretty nice stuff. I wore that bar of soap out within 30 days, but it was really nice stuff.
Okay, I'm just looking up news things here right now.
Because I'll be honest with you guys, and it may sound strange coming from a guy, but if I can find a soap I like, I will wear that soap out quick. I will have no problem using it every single chance I get.
Okay. I'm just checking some different church news sites here, going through some of them, and for the LDS Church, their Vancouver, British Columbia temple becomes the 7th temple they're closing due to the Red Dragon. And for them to close a temple is a big deal.
Did you have any doubt, Kathy? I mean, come on, I look clean. Obviously, I'm clean. It's shiny as hell right there. Come on. If I wasn't clean, it would be dull. I'd have oil dripping off my forehead from my nasty hair. Yeah, I have an issue with trying to learn online too. I have squirrel issues.
Oh boy.
So folks, I don't know.
Okay, it's gone up to 1322 for the US.
Thank you, Kathy. Anywho, folks, if you got friends or family that are not believing what you're telling them, then nothing you do is going to change their minds. They are sheeple. They're being led by a lying group of Well, they're professionals, unfortunately. They're professional BSers.
Yeah.
And like my old channel says, we'll stand no BS. I don't do BS. I don't sugarcoat nothing. I don't turn it into rainbows and unicorns so you all can have a happy, pretty day. The truth is the truth. And if the truth hurts, well, I'm kind of sorry, but I'm kind of not too, because the truth does you more good than if I sat here for the last hour saying, you know what, y'all, this ain't no big thing. Y'all ain't got nothing to worry about. Y'all gonna be safe, healthy. Your kids are fine. Your grandparents are fine. Just walk on up into the little Walmart down the road there and get you some. Or would you guys rather me tell you the truth? Honestly, I think truth is the best policy.
Okay, it looks like John Hopkins is doing an update.
Cecilia made it. Okay. And Cecilia, you still in here somewhere? Because I wasn't paying attention. She's online. You're a homesteader, aren't you, Cecilia? I do believe she's a homesteader.
She would like to be. She's
well, we're going to go ahead and put her in that group with
Yeah.
Kathy and everybody else.
yeah. She's kind of city bound.
Now, Miss Cecilia, just so you know, the text channels general is where 99.9% of the stuff is discussed and talked about and laughed at and everything else with what's said. We need more people there.
Sheesh. Okay. Yeah. Okay. I just got the new numbers from, according to, which are still about 10 or 12 behind here.
Sorry there, T-Bower.
22, 11. Yeah, so the numbers on John Hopkins is 11 behind for total numbers. Behind, John Hopkins is 11 behind the Roy Lab. And they have on John Hopkins, Washington, since this stream began, has Washington State has gone up by 8. California's had one more death, went from 3 to 4. New York is still sitting at 220, which is a ridiculously low number for what they had a couple days ago. Yeah. Yeah. I wish that certain political party would stop interfering with them and can't even pronounce, get my tongue untied here. The spreading of correct data. Because I know, because New York was above 300 the other day. Now they're locked at 220.
Just so you folks know, look at other countries' history regarding what's going on.
Yeah.
China, 2.1 months lockdown. Some areas are still there. Italy, working on week number 3 of 60% of its country on lockdown, now 100%. Okay.
Question.
Mm-hmm.
Since the number 3 spot in the world now is Iran, are they locking down?
But countries are not allowing travel freely.
Yeah. Right. Well, they never did anyways, but South Korea, they're in 4th place. Are they locking down anywhere?
South Korea?
Yeah.
They have the most stringent testing of anybody right now outside of Singapore.
Yeah.
Singapore and South Korea are the current gold standards, if you want to give it a standard, of testing, quarantine, and care for those affected.
Yeah. Okay.
According to somebody earlier, and I forget who it was, they said he officially said this Friday our border will be locked down. How true that is, because he went live with a televised U.S. nation address right as we got started. Julie, now you're supposed to leave that at home to butter your toast, not just because you need a parking spot. Shame on you, young lady. You'd have to read the comment.
Yeah, I see it. Someone even got a machete out because they wanted a certain parking spot. Oh, yes, he did. He watched it. Ah,
Well, you're not supposed to let your husband have your machete. I mean,
or she's talking about the
she's talking about somebody else, obviously.
president.
Ah, okay, yeah, never mind. Pew. Or as Peanut would say, and Jeff Dunham. Yum.
Yeah.
Well, Miss Lori, that's if there is a hole in the border you can get through.
Okay, here we go. There we go. See what this says over here.
Hey, we're at
All right. 1 hour ago, Trump suspends travel from Europe for 30 days.
That's not long enough, and it's reactive, not proactive. That is a problem with the U.S., Great Britain, France, Scotland, Ireland, New Zealand, the Netherlands, Australia. Should I keep going down the list?
Yeah. All right. Yeah. Here. Now the Washington Post is saying that he bans travel for most of Europe.
Mm-hmm.
NBA cancels season.
Mm-hmm. Okay, when did the flu cancel an NBA season?
Never.
And see, there again is the huge issue. I don't care if they make flights to LA $1. I ain't flying on a petri dish. They cannot prove to me well enough that there is no disease left. The stuff can live for 9 days. It's airborne. That means it's going to get into vents. It's going to get into places they can't spray or wipe down. Now, some airlines are using a fogger that Japan used and China used to fumigate the areas, which you use that outdoors primarily when it's an airborne issue. Oh, wait, I wasn't supposed to tell you all that.
Okay.
And to be perfectly honest, as much as I would love to go to Michigan right now, just so I could be around people that I trust, should something happen, I wouldn't want to travel right now. I wouldn't want to go get gas. Don't want to walk into a bunch of stores because I don't know where those other people have been. I don't know if they're affected, and it's not fear. Excuse me. It's I have to protect my son, and if I get sick, who's going to take care of him?
Yeah.
So I have to do what I need to do to make sure my son stays safe. And if that means I have to home quarantine us, then I'll do it. Because I got a voicemail from the school today, or they did a call that says if anybody's child has flu-like symptoms, keep them home. Don't send them to school. The teachers will also be testing for fevers at school. So it's not just one thing. They're going overboard. And I don't see it as an entirely bad thing. But if one person gets sick and they send a kid to school and everybody else's kid gets sick, there's no repercussions for that parent because they were too lazy to take care of their own kids.
Yeah.
They
Okay.
get to do it, and then everybody else's kid gets sick that takes it home. And now in Singapore, and I do believe South Korea, maybe it's one of those two. They passed a law that if you're under quarantine and you go out, you break quarantine, and somebody gets sick because of you, you go to jail. That should be mandatory here as well. If they put Gil under quarantine and he decides, I'm going to the store anyway,
I'm going out partying.
and he goes out and does, mingle with people for whatever reason, he goes out and other people get sick because of him, nothing happens to him. There's no repercussions for it. He has no fear. Oh, wait, that's already happened here in the US, up in Boston. Okay. There needs to be accountability for what they're doing. And yes, I know it sounds harsh, but you know what? I look at it this way. If he goes out and gets 2 people sick, those 2 people get 17 people sick, and 17 people get 180,000 people sick. And then, yes, I'm doing exponentially overblown on purpose. So it spreads. And my kid gets sick, which brings it home to me, which gets me ill and in the hospital, which means I can't take care of my kid. I think he needs to go to jail for a year because he was stupid and went out and did the wrong thing.
There was that one on one of the things. Let me find it here real quick. They did a short video on that. On was it South China or was it the other one?
I would check on that now, Kathy. And I mean, check the fine print.
Yeah.
Because they actually mentioned that on CBSN this morning too. People are canceling flights and some insurances. Well, see, you might be safe because you've had them tickets for a while. And at the time you bought those tickets, this was not an issue. So you might already be safe. But I would check ASAP.
I didn't bookmark that other site. Well, this is one.
And Howie does have a valid point. If you can, right now, before they make it mandatory, do social distancing. I know it doesn't sound comfortable. It sounds kind of mean. You know what? I'm going to agree with Dr. John. Elbow bumps are fun. They're fashionable. They're safe. They're cool.
What was that other YouTube channel besides South China Morning Post that you told me to look up?
DW?
No, it's CNA. Is that it?
CNA.
Yeah.
Singapore.
Yeah. CNA.
And, folks, I don't trust our media. I have respect for members of our government, but I don't trust 90% what they spit out. I don't trust everything I see, read, or hear. I'm like a elephant. I don't forget anything.
All right.
I can research and visit 60 different websites and be able to figure out what the heck's going on. Because I don't forget. Sometimes it just takes me 3 or 4 days to dig it all back out. Shareable?
Yeah. Okay, so this is somebody puts it up there.
I'm trying.
All right. This is the CNA Singapore news outlet. This video over here where it shows people to people here, this little 1 minute, 7-second video talks about how a person spread the disease from one person, then they went to a restaurant, and it breaks out how some of the people followed the quarantine protocol, self-quarantine, others didn't, and they still wound up spreading it to more. And then some of them quarantined, some of them didn't. They went to more. Yeah, this is a real good one to look at. Social responsibility actions. I'm going to bring it up here, and I'll put the link in the chat here in a second here. Okay, you can drop it.
Oh,
yeah, it hit the floor. I heard it.
You
5-second rule no longer applies. It's now a 1-second rule.
You meant the video, not the mic.
Yeah.
Oh, darn it. I wanted to drop the mic because it's so hip and cool.
Yeah.
Whoa, whoa.
Uh,
Computer,
okay.
chill out. My Apple's going crazy over here.
Mine's going a little nuts here too. Okay, so come on, bring. I guess. Yeah, dang it! Doesn't want to open up here for me.
Uh-oh.
Close up some more windows here. See if it'll
No
get
problem,
the
CR.
chat back open here on me.
CR, that's what we all need to be doing. I mean, I've tried to reach out to people and, and gently and, but try to be persuasive in the fact, say, look, you're underinformed, and there's been a couple people I've messaged privately and tell them, look, the numbers what you're saying is not true to an extent. Part of it is and part of it's not. This is worse than the flu. It
Yeah.
actually has a higher CFR rate than MERS. Its hazard to be as much as 7.2%. I think MERS was actually 8, but it's pretty darn contagious.
Put it this way: there were only 2 MERS cases in the U.S.
Both lived. Both were
Yes.
healthy, both healed with no lasting side effects. Key point.
Okay, there. Finally, yes, I got it in the chat. There is the link to that video that we were just talking about. The show, it's a 1-minute and 7-second video. It's worth watching to learn about how social irresponsibility can spread it.
Lori, pray. Grab that big book that has a B at the beginning of it that says basic instructions before leaving Earth, and pray. That's my advice to anybody who is having issues right
I
now.
like that. I haven't heard that acronym before.
Which one's that?
Basic instructions before leaving Earth.
Yep. You know what? If I could afford a nice $12 prime rib, I'd probably put it in a slow cooker right now. And then put some barbecue sauce on top. Get some nice coleslaw beside it. Some nice onion buns.
All right. Did Howie leave or is he still in here?
I'm not sure.
Okay. You just made me think of something that I was checking on primary, a little bit what Howie said, but mainly from what Amy said, Nurse Amy, about the high fructose corn syrup.
Mm-hmm.
When I was at the store the other day, I went and I read every bottle of barbecue sauce in there. And I was surprised at, I would say 90% of them or more. Or start back up a little. 75% or more has as the first ingredient. 90% of them have it in there somewhere. High fructose corn syrup is one of the ingredients in the barbecue sauce. It was hard to find a barbecue sauce that did not have high fructose corn syrup in it.
Yep. I'd rather have pure honey than sugar, which is why I like making my own barbecue sauce. It's what I use. The same recipe I use for my beef jerky is my barbecue recipe.
All right.
So
Thank you, Kathy.
If you want to know my barbecue recipe, go check out it in my food playlist. The very first one where it says dehydrating oranges and jerky. My jerky recipe is in there, which is also my barbecue recipe.
Yeah. Yeah, I have a friend who back in California. When I go back there for a couple of weeks this summer, I got a fence to rebuild that got blown down. He makes the most incredible dry rub and barbecue sauce. Just incredible stuff. I'm gonna see if I can get some from him.
The last time I made a seasoning powder, I made 6 pounds of it. It has 40 different seasonings mixed in. This stuff was so awesome. You could put it on salad, fish, chicken, snake. It didn't matter. It made everything taste good. So I hope I've assuaged some of your all's concerns and fears. There's nothing to fear but fear itself. And if the facts scare you, it ain't the facts that are the problem. Sorry. Well, Miss Kathy, I put it in the description of that video. So all you gotta do is just take and copy, paste. You're good at that. Faster than I am at it, actually.
Wow.
And
Okay.
that's another thing to be concerned with, folks, is the economy. It was already a big bubble. Those of us who've been in the know, been awake for multiple years, know that the economy is nothing but an inflated bubble that's waiting for somebody to come along and go, this might be the we're waiting for. I'm not saying it's going to completely melt down, but it's going to take a pretty darn big hit.
Okay. This is interesting. I just got a notice from Jeep Girl 73. The Gold 2020 has been canceled due to the beer flu. So that's another name people are calling it.
I like mine better. It's got more pizzazz. Not that that's what I was going for.
Yeah. Oh, through Jack Camera. Hi.
Good evening, young man. How be the lenses this evening? Crystal clear?
Cutting up 40 pounds of colored peppers. Good source of vitamin C. Yes, and some other good stuff for to get the plaque out of your bloodstream.
Kathy, it is the very first video in that playlist, the cooking playlist. It says something to do with oranges and jerky. It's the very first one.
Mm.
Bubbles, tiny bubbles.
Jim Beer, dang people in their beer flu. The Gold 2020 is some sort of a 4-wheel drive get together.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so that's what she was pointing out, that that get together has been canceled. She put out a 30-second video on it.
And for them kind of people, that's a big thing.
Oh yeah.
You want to see a bunch of rednecks ticked off? Tell them they can't meet with their 4-wheelers. Yeah,
you want to talk about a boogaloo?
Yeah, that's a different kind of boogaloo.
Yeah, but they'll start one. They'll start one of some sort.
You also have to understand that some of them people have trucks big enough to run over my house. You don't mess with a person that's got a truck big enough to run over your house, let alone you. I learned that driving truck.
Okay, hang on. I missed something here. It's okay, that's what Heaven's Essential's talking about. I had to go back up and see her one, what she's talking about, but she made the caramel fudge from. Caramel fudge sounds really good.
Hey, Tibor, I relate with a bunch of them. I'm not related to them, but I have a small love affair with big trucks with giant motors and really big tires.
There's one block over and a block and a half down from my house. One of those monster trucks, and he goes to takes it to shows.
Heavens, you're not supposed to tell people that.
Well, she didn't say she gained weight. She just said she didn't lose weight.
Yes, Kathy. I honestly can't remember because that was over a year ago that I did that video. But yeah, it should be the very first one. And I would try to search for it, but this computer's laggy right at the moment.
Okay, let me go over here.
It's mad because if y'all haven't seen it, I did this when I was get the angle correct, and I made another little wooden thingy. That I'm actually going to use this for a giveaway someday. I'm just not sure when. I got to sand it yet and then put some boiled linseed oil on it, which any wood products that I do that are bare natural wood like this, I will put some boiled linseed oil on them to help protect them.
Okay. Gotta get these other computers going. Okay.
Yes, Wayne, I am using a laser. And save your coffee grounds for your compost pile.
Yeah.
If you have dead grass in your yard, throw some coffee grounds on in it. Put some nitrogen back in your ground. You'll have grass. I have a Niji. It's a Niji 3500. I posted a picture of it on my Facebook and in Discord.
Okay, playlist.
What you doing?
I'm looking up your playlist.
Which one?
The one that has the barbecue sauce.
Ah.
And it's which cooking videos?
Yeah, we actually have him live from a conference center on the Death Star.
Oranges and jerky. There it is. 19 minutes.
Yep. Chicano Azteca? Yes, he is on the Death Star coming live. We can't say what sector of the galaxy he's currently in, but he's a friendly, though. He's not here to harm us.
Okay, Control C.
And welcome to my live stream.
Actually, no, this is not the Death Star I'm in. This is the lower conference room of the Shield helicarrier. Nick Fury is supposed to be joining me here in about 20 minutes.
Yeah, well, you may need to go back down to NORAD.
Yeah.
Get someplace local for people.
But we got excellent communication stuff up here. I can communicate the whole world just about. Okay, I put the link to the video out there in the chat, right there. So that's the link to Dave's Dehydrating with Dave, oranges and jerky, and his recipe for barbecue sauce.
Hey, Stringfield. Yep, I did.
Hey.
Hey, Julie. You messed with my coffee. I break this out. Nobody touches me coffee.
Don't forget, she butters Julie butters her bread with a machete.
I have longer reach. I is well trained.
Okay, what's up with these glasses is these are supposed to be the blues spectrum that comes out of the monitors and stuff. It's supposed to block it so you don't get so hyper. I've had to use my Men in Black flashy thingy on me twice so far. I'm not sure if it's working or not. All right, so let me throw this in here again. So one more time. Let me get this here.
What you doing now?
I'm throwing that link back in there, and I'm also going to put the name of the video on it. Oh, come on. Ah. Sometimes this thing does not cooperate. There it goes. Huh?
Kathy's taken off.
All righty. See you later, Kathy. All right. And there we go. So there it is. Dehydrating with Dave, episode 1, oranges and jerky for a really cool barbecue sauce.
Julie, yes, some of the glasses actually do help with headlights at night. I used to wear some when I drove truck. If I was up at like 3 o'clock in the morning in a heavily populated area with lots of traffic, I used glasses similar to those.
Ooh, these ought to work on those new stinking blankety blank
Yes,
blue
they do.
headlights that just blind you from 4
Yes.
miles away.
Anytime, if I had to go through, say, St. Louis, Missouri, or Dallas, or Detroit, or some major city at night, I always wear amber glasses because sometimes them lights just kill you in the middle of the night.
I did find something out neat about my live streams that I can do now. I can,
Was-
when we talk about something in the live stream, like your video for your barbecue sauce, you can
Mhm.
go back tomorrow and put one of those tags up here in the corner up here that says, recommended, and it'll be up there for about, 5-10 seconds.
That means I'd have to go back and watch my live stream or remember exactly at 2 hours, 10 minutes, and 52 seconds you said that and go back and do it at that point in time.
Yeah. No, I'm not in a spaceship. I am on the Shield helicarrier conference room, lower deck. Supposed to be now it's 15 minutes. Nick Fury's supposed to meet me here with Hawkeye and some of the others. I'm sorry.
We just talked about the Red Dragon and trying to assuage some fears. There
Yeah.
should be no fear. There's people who prepare themselves for emergencies. This is an emergency. Plain, pure, simple, unadulterated. It is an emergency. This is what we train to do. This is why we run these mental scenarios in our head. This is why we buy the things that we buy. This is why we put the stuff in the closet that we don't tell people we have. This is why we do it. Just in case something crazy pops off. Guess what? It popped off. Our government and our media are saying, well, up until 24 hours ago, they were saying, it ain't nothing. It's okay. It's no big deal. In the last 24 hours, they are now backtracking everything they've said. They're getting doctors. Now, this is on the internet. They're doing it, not necessarily on live TV. Because I don't watch live TV, so I can't tell if they're saying it there too. But CBSN, which is as far left as you can get, had a doctor on today saying, yes, be concerned. 60% of the world's population will probably be contracting some various form of it. 15% will wind up in the hospital. 5% will pass away. Yes, it is airborne. It's a proven fact. And don't take my word for it. Go out and do research.
Mm-hmm.
Don't take my word for anything. It's not going to hurt my feelings. Because the more research you do, the more informed you're going to be, the more prepared you are. But I've done a lot of research. I've been following it. If anybody's been following my channel for very long, knows since the beginning of January, when I first come up with it and called it the Red Dragon, I've been following it ever since. I get anywhere from 6 to 8 emails a day. I watch 6 to 10 different channels a day to stay on top of what's going on. And I can pick fact from fiction. Uh-oh. Well, she has now been informed that she needs to go try and get her money back.
I'm going to transport myself down to the
South Gathering. Okay.
down to Weather Mountains Command Center.
And Lori, there is good cause to be a little perturbed at those who are hired by us to protect us, who are not doing anything for us.
Yeah.
Boone County, Kentucky, just south of Cincinnati. If I remember correctly, my geography. And correct me if I'm wrong there, Tibor. No,
All right, Wayne.
I realized that after I said it.
Yeah. Wayne, when I was at earlier this week on was it? No, it wasn't this week. It was late last week when I was up at Walmart and Sam's Club and stuff. The good stuff like the Dinty Moore beef stew, the Bush's baked beef, they had plenty of that in both stores. It was the bags of rice was gone. The other stuff gone. Oh, and like Albertsons and Mom and Pops had plenty of the hamburger helper stuff. And you know, the mom and pop stores still had a lot of food, and they had toilet paper in the mom and pop stores because everybody's going to the big box stores.
No, my dollar store didn't have any TP.
Yeah,
My Walmart was almost out. No
Yeah.
hand sanitizer anywhere to be found. Not the dollar store, not Walmart, not Myers.
Hey,
That's
Teresa, my daughter is expecting the second Saturday of April, but she usually comes. All the other three boys came a week early, so we're looking at the first Saturday of April for my daughter. Do you want to put some numbers out there for them or not?
which one's the ones for the people that just got here?
Yeah, the number what I have up here on the screen, my comparison chart.
Those numbers. Okay.
Yeah.
We'll do those.
Okay.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to your daily education and math numbers.
All right. So SARS, there were 27 U.S. cases, 0 deaths, 27 recovered. MERS, 2 cases, 0 deaths, 2 recovered. Swine flu, H1N1. Now the CDC guesstimated there was 59 million, but there was only 260,000 hospitalizations, 12,000 deaths. That had a 4.7 death rate, which was what they were quoting for the swine flu. Bird flu, we had no cases in the U.S. I didn't start tracking the numbers on this until March 2nd. And so we started out with what was going on March 2nd with a 50% kick the bucket rate. And it's been going, it's been going up and up. Then it dropped back down here, according to one lab, and then it went back up, dropped down a little bit, up. And now, right now, we're at 71.7 as of almost 2 hours ago. Now, what that means is, yes, it's much worse than the flu. But you also, if you look at the numbers here, so long as you take your precautions, you wash your hands, you do social distancing, you keep space between you and other people when you're out in the public, you use your hand sanitizer, you wash for at least 20 seconds with some good soap. Like I just got, he has me down so he can't see it. But, something like Boraxo, which really exfoliates the skin and gets everything off of it. It actually, when the Boraxo breaks down smaller, it actually grinds on the particles grind on bacteria and viruses and gets it off your hands. So, see, Springfield says, you're very rural. You have everything. So, we're 15 miles out of Idaho Falls, and the little neighborhood store here, they have just about everything. All right, CR, see you later. But yeah, so long as you're prepared, you do it smart. You go into it, your eyes open, not with fear. You can, you should be able to come through this okay. The problem is that there's so many sheeple out there that I'm going and following the broadcast news blindly when they're saying, "Oh, you don't need to wear masks on plane. You don't need to wear gloves at all. It's not as bad as the flu. Just wash your hands for a little bit now and then." I was like, "What? No." So yeah.
Okay, I'm back.
All right. 3.3. Okay, hang on a second. Okay, Tibor, you said on March 3rd there are 76 cases. On March 3rd, I have 138 U.S. cases. On March 6th, I have 336 cases. On March 7th, at 7 o'clock in the evening here, we had 438 cases in the U.S. So I don't know who gave you those numbers, Tibor, but they were low. I think those were some numbers some of the news agencies were saying, and they were way low compared to what the medical community was saying.
Yes. Now, for those who weren't here earlier, we ran a number scenario that a doctor on CBSN today, and he's a well-respected doctor.
Let me pull that down.
His specialty is infectious disease. His comment was 60% of the world's population, approximately 7.8 billion, that's with a B, people, will contract this in some shape, form, or manner.
There, I got it right.
Okay. Now, I know you're doing something else, but
Yeah, I got that numbers calculator back up with the correct number ready to go run it through as you talk about it.
okay. That is the current approximate world population, give or take a few 100,000. Now you times that by 0.60 and you get the number of people that are going to be affected by it in some shape, form, or manner, as in contracting it.
That's 4,680,000,000.
Correct. Now, out of that number, 5%, such a small, tiny number, are gonna the bucket.
234 million.
Okay. That surpasses virtually every single pandemic, because that's what this is. Okay, it's not fear porn, it's fact. If the facts scare you, facts aren't the problem.
Your facts can make you concerned and concerned to act properly. All right. So
no, it's to say I didn't know you left, and I was saying that on Discord, I mentioned you in the main chat. So that's where most of the chat happens, just so you know.
All right. Yeah, we're still at 1322 cases for the US.
Yeah, and if y'all remember my last live stream with Doc Bones, I hinted at it being a pandemic, that we already had communal transmission that had no direct connection to the country of origin. And Doc Bones was reluctant to say yes, but you could tell by his body language he was thinking the same thing.
Yeah. Yeah, he was I think he wanted that one extra little checkoff list to be, to be able to say yes, it is.
Right. And I don't blame him, because he's got a reputation. I don't. I'm a nobody. And that was back in the latter part of January. The funny thing is, I wasn't the only one. Chris Matheson of Peak Prosperity said it on January 24th.
New York, 222.
Right. Stringfield, you have a valid question. And it's been brought up, but you weren't here, so I have no problem bringing it again. And I understand you're asking, not arguing. I have no problem with that. The flu does not shut down entire countries' supply chains, marketing, business, hospitals, staff, stores, restaurants, traffic. The flu doesn't do that. This does. Our economy is already taking a hit from this. It doesn't take a hit from the flu. The R naught of this is approximately 7.4, which means for every one person walking around with it, La-dee-dee-dee-dee-dee-dee, not giving a care to the world. 7.4 people are going to get infected from that one person, which is why you see the case rates going from a nice little teeny climb all of a sudden straight up and rocket to the moon. And there are dozens of reputable people out there that do this kind of stuff for a living. They just run numbers. That's all they do. Look at that very bottom one right there. See how it's nice and gentle, and all of a sudden, zoop, straight up at a very exponential rate. They've got it leveled off at the top there. It ain't leveled off. It ain't done yet.
Yeah.
The U.S. is in its first month. Look what the country of origin did in its first month. Just same thing we are doing, not a whole heck of a lot. Then after the 1 month mark, they went, we better do something. And they locked down one province. After a week and a half, they realized, that ain't enough. They locked down 4. At the end of month number 2, they locked it all down. That's where the U.S. is going. And Cat, you bite my toe again, I'm going to bite your butt with my foot. Lori's on the map.
Mhm. Yeah, so there's the home of the red dragon right there. Compared to us,
Somebody needs to take a bronze sword, stick it right through the heart. It needs to stop.
and something like this, you need to be proactive with, not reactive.
Right. And every government other than Singapore and South Korea have been reactive.
Yeah.
Singapore and South Korea have been proactive from the very beginning. Right. And that's my point, Stringfield. Most of us in here do prepare for this kind of stuff. We think about it, and people call us nuts and crazy and off our rocker. And well, I don't have a rocker anymore. Otherwise, I'd probably fallen out of it. But this is what we train for. People want to call it training, so we'll use that term. We do what we do to make sure that if something like this happens, we personally are not affected.
All right, Dave, look at this real quick before it goes away. So other regions excluding China, this is how it went.
Just pause it. Just click on the screen and pause it.
Okay.
Oh, too late. You'd have to backtrack it now.
Yeah. Find the right one here for it.
Just a couple seconds. There it is.
Did I go too far?
Nope, it's just coming up.
It's coming up. Nope, that's a different one.
But still, it's the same graph.
Same type thing. Yeah, it goes, and all of a sudden it skyrockets.
Right, same exponential growth. And that's what the doctors in several other countries have been saying for the last month and a half, that when it hits, it's going to tinkle along. Nothing to see here, then up it goes.
Yeah, there we go. So this is how it's going in other countries. And so you got Denmark, Netherlands, Sweden, United Kingdom, Belgium, Austria, and Qatar.
Yeah, look at all those countries. It's an exponential growth. Everybody started off nice and little. And all those little teeny countries down here at the very far bottom right that are one, two, maybe 3. In 3 weeks, they're going to be in the 100 club. In a month and a half, they're going to be in the 1,000 club.
Yeah.
This is not a joke.
Yeah.
As some people are trying to make it out to be. It's not nothing to see here, nothing to worry about. Yeah, it is something to worry about. Not worry as in stressing out over. This form of worry means, okay, let's see. I need to make sure I've got X number of potatoes or onions or cucumbers or whatever we need to eat for the next month. I need to make sure we got a bag of oranges, a bag of apples, whatever you normally eat, make sure you have a little extra of.
Okay, so that's Tuesday, Monday night. Okay, the numbers I'm marking over here, This is tonight's, the latest tonight. This was
Yes.
the latest last night. This was the latest on Monday night, Sunday night, and then Saturday night was the number right before it. And then Friday night was this one here. So
Oh.
Friday night we had 336.
Nice,
Sunday-
Jeff, little creep.
And then we get up here Sunday, and then this is all what was going on Monday, jumping up here, and then Monday night, it had gone up almost 300 in one day. Then the next day it goes up over 300, and by later tonight it'll be up over another 300 or 400 by later tonight. When we get done with the stream here, I bet it's up over close to 400. So, but you can see during the day how it climbed during the day today.
Okay, folks.
Yeah.
It was brought up in the side chat, so I'm going to say it. In one day in Qatar was a 1,000% case raise. It went from 24 to 262 in one day. Okay, that is in Qatar. You brought it up. That's the information. It is public information. It's not some number I just pulled out of my rear end. It's public information. All you got to do is search.
Yeah.
If you have family over there, stay in touch.
Yeah. So yeah, and they don't have the final numbers here on this here going up, but yeah, these numbers are just going.
No, and folks, we got another 2 months here in the U.S. Okay, this is nowhere near from done. I pray nightly that the Lord will step up and stand in the way of this and stop it dead in its tracks.
Come on, lock in place. All right.
Yeah, Tibor, I know that.
Yeah.
But what I toss out there are facts. I'm not going to lie about it. I'm not going to, there's no sense to it. I'm not into channel clicks and clickbait. I'm not into trying to be a 10,000 sub channel overnight, like some channels out there who blew up literally overnight because, whatever connections they got. I don't have that. I don't care to have it. I'd rather tell you guys the truth. And if other people don't like it, I'm sorry. You're entitled to your opinion.
All right. So I'm going to read off some numbers here. Arkansas has one case. They just came on today, one case. Louisiana, 13 cases. Where they're at, they're no longer giving the counties.
They're trying to
Alabama, 0. Georgia has 24. South Carolina has 10. North Carolina has 9. Tennessee has 9.
Stringfield, isn't he in basic still?
Kentucky has 8. Oklahoma has 2. Florida has 29. Retirement community. So yeah, Indianapolis 11. Ohio 4. Pennsylvania 16. Maryland 12. Yeah.
All right. So folks, I guess this brings a sad reality up here to the forefront. We've got 2 members of our side chat that have family in Qatar. Okay. Qatar is not mentioned much because it's a really small area, really small. And for it to raise 1,000% literally in one day is a big deal. So for those who pray, we need to pray for our friends and their families for protection.
All right. If I'm reading this, Numbers are bouncing around here. I'm not sure what the C after this is. They got a C over here after them, so I'm not sure what that is. Confirmed. Okay.
Should be confirmed. Death.
Yeah.
Recovered.
Yeah. Are you sure it was QATAR that went up? Because this Roy Labs only has it at 262.
Yeah, it went from 26 to 262. 1,000% jump in one
Oh,
day.
1,000%. Okay. Yeah. So, yeah.
Sorry for the extra noise. My mic cord's giving me fits. Earl Stringfield, I hope he comes home safe and sound.
Yes. Okay, back live again. Okay. While we were off there, we went from what were we at here before? Let me check it, take a look at it here. Okay, we went from 313 to 327. So we went up 14 in the last 10 minutes.
Unfortunately for me, Cecilia, I ain't allowed to grow nothing. And my windows don't face enough sunlight to say boo.
Okay. Ontario.
Down there by
Alberta. Here we go. Alberta. Right. Alberta has 19 total cases. British Columbia has 46 with one death. Saskatchewan and Manitoba has 0. And Ontario has 42. Quebec has 9. Newfoundland and Labrador have 0. New Brunswick has 1. So north of the border, there were your numbers.
It will no longer say exactly where they're located, Lori.
Yeah, they took out the they went to all states or territories, giving the total number. They're not breaking it out by all the little dots around because some of the dots got too big, like Washington with 373 and 30 deaths now.
Cecilia, I asked because there's my son's room is a closet that's relatively large, and I was told no. Not allowed to have plants growing inside the apartment. Can't have plants growing outside in buckets or on a windowsill. Even if I built a flower box of sorts to plant in, the local cats, wild cats, would probably pee in it, dig it up. The birds that live in my air conditioner unit, which my maintenance team hasn't gotten out yet, would probably go down and pick all the seeds out. And I'd have to put it out far enough to where it could get sunlight, which means the kids would run it over. I live in a very bad spot. I want to move. Doesn't look like it's going to happen.
All right, so CR just sent Lori a Canadian-based link. For counting Canada. Yeah. So let me. Is this link too long?
They do semi-annual inspections, and they literally go through every square inch of the apartment.
Okay, there's the link to the one showing right now. Let's put that in there. And this one here has a much shorter link because it's a YouTube channel that is running, that's been streaming live for what, 2 weeks now?
On and off for 2 weeks, yes.
And this is the one for Roy. I didn't take right. Dang it.
Oops.
Go back here. Did I goof that up over there? Yeah, I did.
There's also South China Morning Post.
Yeah.
Let's
See.
say if I could get up there, I probably would. Just to get out of here. Problem is, your country doesn't like the little pew pew I got. It says I ain't allowed to have it. They also don't care for my crossbow.
What the heck's going on here? Yeah, it just tried kicking me out here. Oh, well, this is what YouTube it likes to do. It likes to kick me out of the Camp Family Pet and try to put my private email up as a channel, and it's like, no. Oh well.
Well, here's a list for y'all. Got your pen and paper? Roylab Stat.
Yeah.
ROYLAB space STATS. Roylab Stats. Next one. South China Morning Post. Honest, true information. They don't butter it. They don't sugarcoat it. They throw it at your face, and if you don't like it, don't watch. But it's true. It's fact.
Come on here. Yeah, this is being a pain in the patootie here.
Yep, I see that.
Everything's going screwy. I'm losing it. So go ahead and pull me down there.
Cuckoo, cuckoo, cuckoo. Another website to check out is CNA. That is from Singapore. Another one is DW. It is German. And mind you, these are all spoken in English. And it's fairly respectable English. It's easy to understand. With my bad hearing, and I can understand it, which is one of the reasons I wear these. So I can hear Gil. Otherwise, I won't be able to hear him. I'd be going, say what, old man? What'd you say?
Yeah.
You have Peak Prosperity. Dr. John Campbell. And me, and Gil.
Oh, why is this thing like switching me around?
You know, if you have your other computer up, you can forward a link to that computer, log into the stream on that computer.
No, the other computer takes 10 minutes to fire up.
Oh, never mind then.
Yeah. But I just corrected that, so I'm back in under me. So I come over here, and then I can go back in here and get this real quick. Maybe.
Oh, good God. $40 a bottle of Purell. See, you know, I really have a hard time keeping my temper in check for people who are going out there and taking advantage of people in this situation. And trust me, y'all don't want to see my temper.
Yeah. Okay. It's slowly bringing me back in here.
Because one of my biggest hangups is my temper. It's big, it's nasty, it's ugly. And of all the people on the face of this planet, the only person my mom was ever afraid of watching somebody lose their temper was me.
Got it in there.
My blood father was 360 pounds dry at 5'9". My mom dropped him to his knees. She wasn't afraid of him. My mom was afraid of me. To be honest, I was actually afraid of my mom at 4'9".
I don't know anyone that's not afraid of their mom.
Yeah, my mom was.
All right, so I put the link in there to Roy Labs, which is the one that has all the just the flags off to the side. So let's go back into Roy Labs. And I'll go into China news and I'll throw it in there too here in a second. Come on.
I was born in East Detroit, Michigan, which is now called East Point because somebody got their tidy whities in an uproar and said, "Oh, it sounds too much like Detroit. Let's change the name." Fool, it is a part of Detroit. But hey, what can I say? I wasn't living there at the time. I didn't get to voice my opinion.
Yeah. Oh, you'll love this one. In California, there's a city called Pittsburgh, and to the west of it was a community called West Pittsburgh. West Pittsburgh had a real bad reputation because at the time, even though it was just a community, it wasn't an incorporated city. Well, they went and incorporated and they changed it from West Pittsburgh to Bay Point. Well, the sheriff's department still was the ones contracted to be their police department, and everybody at the sheriff's department was calling it Gunpoint.
Car 454. Yeah, go ahead, dispatch. We need you over to Gunpoint because there's a gun involved. Dispatch, my car has a flat tire. Can you call somebody else, please?
Yeah. All right. So here I got the China. Right. The next link I'm going to post in here is the China Morning
Oh, I got to put that up and it disappeared.
Post. Yeah. South China Morning Post. So that's in there. And so there's South.
Exactly.
So
Car 54, where are you?
actually, when I worked for the sheriff's department, I worked two places. I worked Beat 10, which covered Bay Point, Gunpoint, and I worked at the farm, which we called Camp Runamuck, where the men are men, the cows are nervous, and the sheep took off long ago. It was the quote the honor farm. Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Anyways, I'd rather work out there in West Pittsburgh / Bay Point than at the farm.
Lori, go pray.
Okay, and we are still it didn't jump up while I was gone. Good.
I can understand why she is upset, Julie, because she's watching people she cares about and they are concerned about the situation, which we all should be concerned, not scared, not fearful, not running amok with their heads cut off like chickens that have got their butts burned and no head left. What we need to be concerned. And our governments are doing as little as possible to make it a political game, which is BS. So she has a right to be upset. We all do.
Yeah.
Because our government was put there by us, for us, to protect us, and they're not doing their job. They have no accountability either, except when we go out and vote. And as long as the voting is tallied correctly and not rigged, our voices should be heard.
Yeah.
I didn't say voting rigged out loud. Did I? Did I say that out loud?
Yeah, well, the problem we have is that this last election, 43% did not vote.
Nope.
Those 43% had voted because they voted me. A lot of them that are polled, my vote doesn't count. If they had voted, there would have been a lot of long-term senators and Congress representatives that would have been voted out.
And it needs to happen this year.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Heartstring Phil's Facebook censors over 65-70% of what goes on out there.
Yeah.
And that's some of our states, Lori.
Yeah. One of my Eagle Scouts posted a thing about it, and it looks very similar to the one here on the south, the main live one right now on South China Morning Post, and they just posted a clip of the data numbers, and Facebook blocked it. not blocked it. They hid it. You had to click it to unhide it because they considered it offensive.
He's trying to protect his eyes from the blue
Yeah.
glare coming off his computer screens.
Yeah, this is supposed to help block the blue light that comes off that gives you headaches and stuff and everything else. So yeah, so it's like ta-da! Oh geez, the blue glare. Oh.
Yeah, the problem is they're actually sitting cockeyed in your face, but nobody really wanted to point that out to you.
Hey, Teresa, that's what happened in Berkeley, California, with the university there. All the hippies moved in, and then some of them became professors there, and they went from a right wing university to a far left wing nut university.
Well, folks, we've been at it almost 3 hours.
Yeah.
So I think it's about time we kind of wind her down. I appreciate everybody that's been in here. We're at 18 at the moment. I hate to kick y'all out, but y'all have a life to live too.
Mm-hmm.
And I appreciate your support. I appreciate everybody that stops in. I hope we've waylaid any fears that you have. We've given you nothing but true, honest facts. And again, if the facts scare you, it's not the facts that's a problem. It's a thought process. And if you have questions, concerns, don't hesitate to hit me up here on Facebook or on Discord. I have my Discord open on a different computer. If I'm awake, I'm on it.
Okay.
And Cecilia's got a very valid point. If you have an Amish or Amish store near you, go visit them. They got supplies.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, support your local stores.
And I thank you, Jake, for stopping in.
Yep.
Ryan, Creative, Lori, Cecilia, Michael, and everybody else that I can't see right now because my eyes are going.
That's why I have my glasses on.
No, I need new glasses. And my eye doctor that I used to use didn't take my insurance. Has been bought out by another company that does take my insurance. So in about 2 weeks, I get to go get me e-balls checked again.
I didn't see you in here, Southern Blessed.
What?
Yeah, you must have been just hiding in the shadows there.
They've been chit-chatting.
They have? Oh, must have been when I was looking over here. Of course, the stream goes by sometimes so fast, they say something that's gone while I'm looking over here trying to bring something up.
Yeah, well, that's why I keep going, huh? What? What did they say?
So everyone, stay happy, stay safe, stay prepared, and keep your eyes open. No fear.
The only thing you have to fear is fear itself. And if you're a Christian, you ain't got no fear at all. The only thing you have to fear is God.
And God, you don't fear God, you love God because he loves you.
Right. God did not give us a spirit of fear. He gave us a spirit of love and compassion. Remember that. You start getting scared or fearful, remember that verse. He didn't give us a heart of fear. He gave us one of love and compassion. And then go into prayer. You'll be fine. If you have any questions, hit me up. And with that being said, y'all be safe. Take care. God bless. And until the next time, peace out.